Jesus pledged his love to his community. Every
Right
marriage
here, yeah.
reflects
And then
that same.
right here, yeah. And then I'm gonna have you.
He bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love never fails.
The girls will come here and help you if you want them to. We're gonna have you in front. Here, photograph. Oh, right. Don't be giving you this.
They gave you socks.
Melissa. Today's the day we change our lives forever. I wish Dave Keenan could be here today, just so I could thank him, because in my opinion, if it wasn't for him, I probably would have never met you.
To my future husband, 5 years ago I would have never believed that joining a co-ed soccer team would change my life forever. I would never imagine that the hot guy on the team I would eventually win over, and now we'll get to call him my husband.
I mean, I guess you did score 5 goals the first game. Not long after, we had our first kiss at Johnny's, and we've been inseparable ever since.
I have always dreamt of this day since I was a little girl, and here it is. There's no one else on earth I would rather share my life with, and I am so excited to be your wife. I have no doubts in these almost 5 years now we have been through so much. Between my school dilemmas, raising Hank, moving into our house, we are conquering it all.
Look at us now. In a few hours, we'll be married. I'm marrying the love of my life, and there is no better feeling than that. I am so proud of everything you've accomplished, and hopefully, by this time next year, we will have our own little ones running around. So today's the day, babe. I cannot wait to call you my beautiful wife, and I promise to stand by you no matter what happens. Love, Ben.
I love your quirky humor, your work ethic, your cooking, and the way you treat our dogs as if they are your own children. 2019 is going to be a huge year for us. I cannot wait to continue to grow our little family with children and more babies. I promise to love you every day for the rest of my life, even when it's hard. You are my soulmate, my best friend, and now my husband. I cannot wait to begin this adventure with you. See you on the altar. You better cry, Melissa.
At this time, I would suggest making sure you have a full plate and a strong drink as we take a trip down memory lane, Hastings style.
It's great that so many people can make it. I know Ben and Melissa were excited to share this day with all their friends and family.
Melissa, I have watched you grow from a wild child with an endless adventure into a kick-ass and taking woman.
And I couldn't be more honored to be part of this.
To health, happiness, and one hell of an adventure. I love you guys. Congratulations. Drinks on Jimmy.
Okay. Hi, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Liz. I'm Melissa's younger sister. At this time, I would suggest making sure you have a full plate and a strong drink as we take a trip down memory lane, Hastings style. Melissa was the best sister I could have ever asked for. She was cute, feisty, and most importantly, she did whatever I said without question. This blind loyalty led to years of scrapes and bruises, obnoxious prank calls, knockdown, drag-out wrestling matches with our cousin, the one and only bone crusher Kyle Hastings, and busting out into Hakuna Matata in the aisle of the very church that she just got married in. Needless to say, we were instant best friends. Melissa has always been insanely fearless. At one point, I even convinced her that she could jump off the roof of a shed while I opened the door and hit her legs, and she would fly like the great Gonzo and possibly be featured on Muppets Tonight. This did not end well, but even when she was bleeding through her winter coat, Melissa, being the loyal sister that she is, never revealed the truth behind the incident. Together we were hell on wheels, literally. Melissa wrecked the golf cart too many times to count.
Once I saw her take out an entire outdoor staircase that our Uncle Jay had built, and all she had to do to avoid trouble was bat her big blue eyes and apologize for wrecking the golf cart. As we got older, Melissa remained fearless as ever, never backing down from a challenge. Melissa, I have watched you grow from a wild child with an endless sense of adventure and the most adorable speech impediment into a kick-ass and take-names woman. There is never a roadblock, block, or a challenge that scares you from going after what you want. No matter how hard or uncertain the road to achieve your goals may be, you just focus, stick your tongue out to the side, and put in the work. Whatever it is that she wants in life, Melissa goes after it, never accepting anything less. This can be said for all things, school, career, and especially love. Melissa was never one to waste time in meaningless relationships. She was clear that she was looking for a partner to share her life with, someone to be her best friend and create a fairy tale romance, just like our mom and papa. Melissa was always preparing to be a wife. Every Christmas since she was 15, she has been stockpiling all the necessities to build a home. While I was asking for shoes and makeup, Melissa was asking for monogram dish sets, pots, pans, bed, bath, and even the mysteries that lie in the beyond section. Melissa knew exactly what she wanted and the type of man she wanted to be with, and then came Ben. I will never forget the first time I met Mr. Newport. I think he said 2 words to me, and possibly a head nod. Ben is not a man of many words, which is perfect for my sister, who we all know is inappropriately loud and hard to compete with for talking time. Ben is the perfect balance for Melissa. He has a great way of letting her think she's running the show and is always ready to insert the best dad jokes at the most inappropriate times when her patience has reached a Jimmy level. I've got to give it to Ben. Loving a Hastings woman is no easy feat. We're loud, fiercely stubborn, habitually inappropriate, and on an endless quest to always get exactly what we want come hell or high water. But it wasn't Ben's saint-like patience or corny-ass jokes that made me love him for my sister, and I can remember the exact moment when I knew she had found her life partner. While Ben may not be a man of words, he is a man of action. 4 years ago, we went through... 4 years ago, we went through the hardest moment in our lives, and there was Ben by Melissa's side full time. I watched Ben sit with her family and stood by Melissa's side, comforting her and being strong for her when she needed him the most. No matter how challenging or uncomfortable it may have been for him. I saw Ben be incredibly selfless, and in that moment, I knew he was the one. I cannot be happier that you two found each other, and that here we are today celebrating the start of your new life together. Always remember what my mom and papa taught us about love. That's unconditional and steadfast. I can't wait to continue to watch you grow as a couple, to be the future crazy aunt to your tribe of children, and to watch your love grow stronger with each year. Melissa, I'm so proud to be your sister. Sorry, it's too deep. It's almost over. Okay, and to stand here celebrating the amazing woman you have grown into. So let's raise a glass to the new Newports, to health, happiness, and one hell of an adventure. I love you guys. Congratulations. Drinks on Jimmy.
I guess we were supposed to wear these socks.
Yeah, they gave you socks.
I want to thank Ben and Melissa's parents and everyone else that was a part of pulling this whole thing off. Everything turned out great. It's awesome.
Yeah!
It's great that so many people could make it. I know Ben and Melissa were excited to share this day with all their friends and family, and I couldn't be more honored to be part of this. They're two of my favorite people. I first got to know Ben about 10 years ago. We were playing baseball at Chesapeake College. We would hang around each other, but we weren't particularly close or anything. However, one day with the summer coming up, my dad asked me to throw a feeler out to all my friends on the team and see if they wanted a job at the farm. Honestly, I was kind of surprised when Quiet Ben approached me and said, "Yo, Gannon, I need a job," and offered to help us out. I'm glad he did. Our whole family's glad he did. He quickly became one of our favorite employees and one of my favorite people. It sounds cliche, but Ben's like the brother I never had. I admire so much about him. He's hardworking, easygoing, and just a genuinely good person. If I ever need a hand with anything, Ben's my guy. And if he's ever in need of anything, it's always my pleasure to do so for him. I'm so happy Ben and Melissa found each other. I liked her from the moment he started bringing her around. It didn't take long for me to recognize what kind of person she is. She's driven, charismatic, and her energy lights up the room. I know that sounds cliche too, but it's true. If you're at all familiar with these two, you know that Ben doesn't really say much. Usually he'll say the bare minimum of what needs to be said. That's where Melissa compliments him the best, because she has no problem at all saying enough for 2 or 3 or maybe 4 people sometimes. But I like that. That's one of my favorite things about Melissa. Because I swear it's rubbing off on him. I can't tell you how many times he said something that made me laugh, and I've looked at him and said, "You used to not be that funny. You've gotten a lot funnier over the years." I appreciate you for taking care of him, Melissa. You two deserve each other, and I couldn't imagine you two without any other 2 people. The future is bright for you guys, and I can't wait to see what it has in store. So let's raise a glass and cheers to a lifetime of happiness for Mr. and Mrs. Newport.
May the Lord in his kindness strengthen the consent you have declared before the church, and graciously bring to fulfillment his blessing within you. What God joins together, let no one put asunder. May the only begotten Son of God stand by you with compassion in good times and in bad. May the Holy Spirit of God always pour forth his love into your hearts. And with this, may the blessings of our gracious God bestow upon us, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.